that being said, we've caught up, and
Yes.
now this is the part where it's like, okay, now you have things to do and characters with goals and faults and all those things. You wrap up your meal with Zehan. Are there any like last second comments or questions before whatever you do next?
Zehan, the animal attacks that you speak of, you saw Atlas's scars. Are they the same?
That is how it got my attention, yes.
Okay.
Zehan. Well, we are doing all of your dirty work. What will you be doing?
Dirty work. It's a little cruel.
You've given us jobs. I mean, you're not the boss here, are you?
It is a community effort.
Mm.
But I will be pursuing the leads for parts of the city you'll have less connection, if that makes sense. And maybe we will intercept on tasks later on, but I just figured compartmentalize for now. Start with something easy. And we'll go from there.
Which of these would you consider easy?
Really, it just depends on how much you put into it, or luck, really. They're all about the same. And there's no, if a timeline comes up, I'll let you know, but these are all just kind of open cases at the moment. You do, Yarrow, though, remember at this moment that even though it wasn't like explicitly put out there, like it wasn't stated like get Emerus out of trouble. That thought is on your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That has not left his mind.
I'm waiting to get up before I bring that up again.
There's like the anxious little tippy tap of the shaken leg going on.
Are we done?
You're done on my end.
I'm gonna start walking out. Wherever we fucking came from. I don't even know where we came from.
I'm supposed to walk out. We came from a dragon.
Yeah.
Yarrow's
What looks like the nearest exit.
So, is everyone gone? Yarrow, Dianthus?
Yeah, I'm going. Because we gotta talk, King.
Nordia is gonna reach for Lady shoulder and put a hand on her shoulder and turn to Zehan. Are we actually done with you? Are you gonna keep testing us? Because I have to know that the people I work with, the people I'm doing lists of tasks for, believe in me, and I can't be worrying when I feel eyes that they are someone that I'm supposed to trust when there's people watching us all the time. I have to know that when there's someone watching us, it's something that I should fight.
You and your troop have shown to be quite assertive. And I don't like to be proven wrong, but I believe we are done with the testing phase of our professional relationship. Hopefully from here on out, it is a little more amicable.
Zehan, I think that you put us through a lot of tests, but you never proved yourself to us. Just keep that in mind. And she grabs Lady M's arm and walks out of the room.
Just before we step out, holding the door. Thank you for the hospitality, Zehan. And then I'll leave behind Nordia.
God, I love women! Ah!
Both of you, just give me a perception check.
I'd love to give a perception check. Also, I forgot after a long rest, that's a 5. But it's plus... it's plus 2 with a 7.
And I got a 17. 13 plus 4.
Okay. What were you saying, Nordia, before I...
I forgot after a long rest that I needed to re-roll for my things, but I used that 10. Do you only want me to re-roll 1 dice for...
Just do 2. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll just say that was... I know they don't carry over.
I'm not 20 and a 10.
Hey!
So there we go. There we go. I will say, Nordia, because you are away from the wall, Lady M, you just hear, with a 17, Nordia does not catch this, you do hear a grunt and a collection of dishes being kind of thrown off the table.
Ooh. Oh.
And then y'all are in the tavern.
Did Cal and Gunnar follow us out?
I'll say, because Nordia and M had like the last word, they probably left right before you. Cal's gonna turn to you, having heard that. Actually, yeah. Cal, having heard that too, was like, he can be quite temperamental.
A tantrum, if you will. Yes, same
A
thing.
tantrum, yes. Quite. Anyway, where to now?
Are we all?
Well. Mm-hmm.
Yarrow.
If you don't mind helping me, I need to get Emrys out of the church.
Of course. Let's go.
I will
Always.
say, who do you think of the group, like, besides you four, of course, who do you think you would ask to come with you? You have Cal, Gunnar, Donna, Atlas, D, Artie, you know.
Are any of them on particular good terms with the church, or no?
Are any of us?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I mean, no, but like,
So, Gunnar's a warden.
right.
Gunnar's a warden. Donna has been going to the church pretty much every day since she showed up. So you get the feeling that she's pretty tight with them. Cal knows Dinah, but like as far as like tight with the church, not particularly.
Okay, but Gunnar.
Dianthus is
Has
going to want a
the
pretty
out-
small group, considering we got to get in and out and not have you get seen either. He's not going to want a whole lot of people. Because that's suspicious. It's suspicious if he pulls up with like 6 people, you know?
Well, what if we pull up separately?
We'll go in different groups.
I don't believe the church has really watched me interact with you or Yarrow that much. If I went with Donna, I don't think it's the most suspicious thing. We could keep them distracted while you get him out.
That's a good idea.
I would love to keep Dinah distracted.
Just be careful if I left behind the shears, and if her or someone else has them, that's just don't
If
go.
we can get them, we will.
So let me know the 2 groups.
Okay.
I'm probably going to want to go on my own. Or my own with Yarrow and the invisibility cloak.
Invisible.
Okay, so it would be Donna, M, and Nordia would be the other group, correct? And then Gunnar, because he's a
Gunnar?
warden.
Yeah, if you guys want to bring Gunnar and Cal, then that should be fine. I don't think that'll be suspicious. It might be less suspicious if y'all are going as like we're here to pray. We're here to get right with God.
Going on.
Praise God.
We're
Yeah.
here-
Oh,
Okay.
guys, my religion check modifier might actually
Okay.
So is it Nordia and
and Donna and Gunnar and Cal. So it's 5 of
Cool.
y'all.
5 of okay.
And then Yarrow and me on our own little thing. We're gonna go down, grab Emrys, and try and smuggle him out.
Smuggle time.
Baby. I think if if we want the plan to be, because like the problem is, how do we get him out? Is there a secret passage into the church that I know about, or are we going to try and sneak him out through the front doors?
Well, there's tunnels, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, right, because you were saying Dianthus doesn't
Yeah,
like to
well,
go out, so there's...
I don't, but those tunnels are more for like, when people are like, I want to have my ashes spread at the beach or in the forest, I have little tunnels that go that way for that purpose. It's like, people want to be buried in a specific spot. These are like the most popular places to get buried. There's a lot of dead people on the beach.
Potential.
Could we what?
Bodies.
What was that,
Could we
Freckle?
what?
Should we go in through those tunnels even if there are dead people ashes everywhere?
It's not that bad. It's
Not that bad. No. Just breathing in some dead people all the time. Reminds me of
We just need to
home.
decide which tunnel we're gonna take, so that way we all know where to meet up at.
Right, okay. So there's like 2, you said?
Well, I don't know. How many tunnels would you say there are underground?
there's multiple. I'd say the specific number, especially for what y'all are trying to do, isn't super important. I'll say, give me give me like a flat d20,
Oh, fuck.
and that will let me know kind of 5.
Yeah.
I would say with a 5, we'll say that you know of one that's really close to here, and that would get you in.
I don't care about getting in. I'm going through the front doors. It's getting out.
Oh, okay.
With Emirates. Yeah. Smuggling
Gotcha.
him out.
In that case, on a 5, you are fairly confident and you'd be able to navigate
Okay.
just whatever.
I vote we go the beach route, just because everyone knows where the beach is, and that's fairly close to M's shop, isn't it? The beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's my vote. I'm putting my vote in. Beach.
And that's for your way out.
Way out. That's Well, where we'll
Gotcha.
meet up if
Then we can get to M's shop.
right, and that's a little safe house, so that's where we can get Emers there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we got team distraction.
Wait, so are we meeting you at the beach or at M's?
Dianthus is talking from like the back end of it. So
Got it.
So Lady M, from my understanding, is y'all's group was going to run distraction.
Mhm.
While they're doing that, Yarrow and Dianthus are going to try to sneak in.
I'm just
Emrys
gonna
and get
walk
out.
right in because, like, who the fuck is gonna stop me? Get Emrys, sneak him out, and maybe we should go to M's shop then. We're gonna go out through the beachway because that's the closest to her shop. But
Got
the
it.
plan should be we all get back to M's.
Got it. Cool.
Okay.
Any adjustments to that before I explain what happens here?
Nope.
Cool.
I'm a little scared, but no.
Put your
I-
fucking
Yeah,
invisibility
we
cloak
just
on,
feel
dog.
Yeah,
do.
no, I
So,
like head
You
out,
can
so
probably
we
take
don't
the
get
cloak
back.
off once we're down there because there shouldn't be anyone else down there. So
I will say, y'all get going with the addition of Gunnar, Tana, and Cal. Y'all get to a safe, I don't want to say covert, but a distance from the church where you're there, but not like, it's not like at the front door. Y'all are all just meeting at a group, like, okay, we're about to sneak in here. That raises the question, is Dianthus going first, or is the other party going in first?
I'll go in first
With
I-
Yarrow.
with Yarrow. Yeah.
Okay. Yarrow, give me a stealth check. I'll say with
damn it.
I'll say with advantage because you are
Okay.
being directed by Dianthus.
Take
Damn it back.
Please. Okay,
Yeah.
with advantage, that's 16.
Okay. Dianthus,
Hi.
can you give me an insight check?
Oh fuck. Damn, that's really good. Hold on, I gotta do math. 22.
The math. 22.
22.
With a 22 and a 16, in the probably 100 yards or so before you get to the church, you start to recognize flyers that are very freshly printed of Yarrow. with a reward for 100 platinum pieces for information leading to the apprehension or execution of Yarrow.
Can I be taking those down as I walk? Just.
You can, but I will say, Dianthus.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this to Icarus. In doing so, you risk the chance of a roll on additional things happening. I won't say no.
People are gonna think that you are like, oh, fuck.
What are they gonna do? Talk to me?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh fuck. I don't think I'm good at that, fellas. I'm not.
I come bother you all the time. Bitches are gonna know.
So.
Oh no. Oh no.
Someone
What'd you
tell
get?
me what's an 8 minus
What'd you
1?
get?
Oh no.
Dianthus, you tear down the signs that you see along the way.
Yeah.
And I would say that the last kind of like receptacle, like trash can that you pass, you kind of like stuff it in there. And you don't think anyone saw you.
Yeah? Cool. Great.
The door's open. You see that there's a little more diligence around the cathedral today. A lot more wardens to petitioner ratio, right? Pretty 1-to-1, honestly. As you're walking through, there's a couple calls. Things are happening in the city. Like nighttime is starting to come, so the wardens are actually kind of stepping out to take their night shifts, patrols around the town. Gunnar leaving earlier. I forgot to mention earlier about the check to see, where Emrys was or whatever. He's still in the space. But they, from what Gunnar had saw, he had put eyes on him. They'd cleared out the ward. Because they had to clean it, first off, but also Emrys was deemed a high-profile patient. And as you get through most of the church, right before you get to the stairwell that leads down to this space, I'm going to go to the other two. Lady Em and Nordia, what are you doing in this moment?
I feel like Nordia knows that while Nordia can be very interesting, Lady M is far better at convincing people of things than she is. So Nordia is really just here to give some facts if need be, but really it's letting Lady M just take the reins.
Yeah, Emmy's going to go. I want to find Dinah.
Yeah.
I want to find Lady Dinah. So first, I think we should go in and check the if there's a sanctuary space, like a prayer space where maybe she's leading a worship or she's overseeing some moments, then we're gonna try and go find that to see if we can't find Dinah in all that. And if not, then we want to go to I know she has her own space in the church or whatever.
I will say between the 5 of y'all, Em, Nordia, Gunnar, Cal, Donna, you're able to kind of space out the room enough, kind of get an idea of what's happening. At the top of the space, you do see Dinah. And this is the part of the sermon or the service has just ended. And so she is, just kind of if you've ever seen a religious service, this is the part where people are coming up to pay respects and, thank them for, the day, the prayer, the whatever, and then leaving. Mm-hmm. And she's fairly obvious. She has no reason to hide, really.
Also, while they're there, Nordia is constantly looking to see if the shears are anywhere, the ones that we saw that Yarrow was talking about.
Give me an investigation.
I'd love to do that. I'm going to use the nat 20 that I got on my divination.
I knew it. You called that. I called it.
I knew that was going to happen.
So in total, I think that's 25.
25.
What is that? Just 25 maybe?
Maybe
25.
I give you one if it's okay. I think like the way like divinations kind of work for Nordia, because from the way that like it's been happening in general, is that Nordia's friend instinct is the biggest thing inside of her, right?
Fair.
So whenever she's like, my friend needs me, she's like, I will move mountains, time, space, and fate for my friends. And so when Yarrow had fear in his eyes about these shears being gone, Nordy was like, I will find them.
Okay, I'm gonna say on a natural 20. Y'all case the joint flawlessly. Like, everyone's in prime position, and for the first few moments, you don't see it, right? And you're looking, and it dawns on you, like, okay, obviously, she's in a sermon. She's not gonna be wielding a weapon out in front of everyone. And then you see two people within probably 10 feet of Dianthus. One is Carlo Frostner, who you recognize as the Tender King, the highest position of any man in D'aowVern. He is, for all intents and purposes, the king of this city-state.
Oh.
And you see him arguing with the Lord and General Ogden, a bearded man you've seen before, bald head, big beard, burly, like a little bit of a beer belly, but like you can tell he's a beefy boy. And you see that you catch on a nat 20, the king had pulled the shears. He was actually holding them in his hand. And you see Ogden give him a swift punch in the stomach, grab the shears back, whisper something, and turn towards where Dianthus is at this moment. Not I'll say on a natural 20, he doesn't see Dianthus, but you see him heading towards that space.
This is Ogden going towards that space?
He punched the king, dude.
Ogden?
Ooh!
General Ogden?
Bold move.
5 minutes ago, I'll let M take the lead.
Oh, you didn't see him go towards Dianthus, so I don't know what to do. General Ogden?
Yes, Madam Thornwood.
I know that you keep on putting off an interview with me, and I completely understand why. It's just, if I could have a moment of your time, I would really appreciate it.
I'm gonna have to have a deception check.
So good, though.
So good. It's so good.
Do the deception. Come on. What's my plus on that? What's my plus? Come on. 16. And his insight is going to be a 10 because I'm going to give him the other roll.
Yes!
Wait. Okay.
I love this game. Nordia is winning.
Protect Dianthus. That's what goes through Nordia's head and then she manipulates. I guess fate or whatever it is. What you have you call the dice.
Okay. I will say he. Oh. Okay, fine. I suppose. He turns to a couple of his guards, whispers something. Where would you like to speak?
Well, this space seems quite sacred. Are you okay with talking outside?
Fine.
Thank
After
you.
you.
Thank you so much, General Ogden. I appreciate it. And Nordia is going to mage hand tap Lady M to show her this is the direction I'm going, and then also have the mage hand kind of point at where Dianthus is so she knows what's going on. Little
I am-
sneaky mage hand.
Yeah, I'm going to make I'm going to look over my shoulder to Gunnar and look to where Nordia is now running off with Ogden and back at Gunnar.
Okay. Let me make a roll.
The fear that's in my heart right now is unmatched.
Gunnar, you got your ass over there, Gunnar. Gunnar?
So you see Gunnar step towards Nordia with he realizes the severity of the situation. So it's not like a deadbolt, right? Because that would not serve well. However, he kind of wanders through, looking at a statue or two, acknowledging a priest. And just when he's like in distance, I'll say Nordia and Ogden are by the door at this point. Lady M, you see, and you don't know how she got there so quickly, but you see Lady Dinah put her hand inside Gunnar's elbow. My dear, you're one of the new gods, aren't you? I've been told we are wanted for an interview. If you can accompany me, make sure that she's not up to anything facetious with our good general. And you see Ogden, Nordia, Dinah, and Gunnar leave. As that happens,
Oh my god.
Lady M, what are you doing?
Girly, go snoop.
Well,
Go snoop
Dinah's
a little
gone.
bit.
And I was gonna talk to her, but now that I'm alone in the sanctuary, I think I'm going to try and see what I can find.
Yeah.
I know Dinah has like a Dinah space, right? They have like an office, I
An
guess, for better
office.
words.
A
I
Dinah
don't know what they
space.
call it at a church. I don't
Her
know.
enclosure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, her enclosure. Yep. So I want. Do I know where that is? Can I find it? And can I get in? Are my 3 questions.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay. I don't know how good this roll is gonna be. Okay. Stealth, you say? 17 plus 4 is 21.
That's right. Find her secrets. Find her diary.
I want to know. Give me the information.
So I'm gonna say because of the Lady M doesn't spend a lot of time in the church. You feel a moment like a hand on your back, and you hear Cal in your head being like, "You got this. I'll distract the others." And he walks into the center and starts performing. Him and Donna start performing a like very not Bulgarian. It's the old hymnal type of, oh my gosh. Anyway, a song of a slow Gregorian. Thank you, Gregorian. I was like, I couldn't think of it. And for those of you who are in the cathedral, or even those right outside, Cal and Donna start up this Gregorian. It starts as a Gregorian chant, but after a few minutes and like the lute and stuff, it kind of takes on a shanty take on hymnal music. And you see a bunch of the wardens like what's going on, whatever, and they all, kind of pull their attention to the center of the room. And if anyone was paying attention, or close enough attention, they still would have missed Lady M vanish behind a guard. And you find there's behind the organ space, there's a little hallway that goes into the staircase that then turns into Lady Dinah's office. It's kind of hidden back there. But I don't know if it's just intuition or what, but you find your way into her office. There's a mosaic, huge colored glass window on the back. And then a simple desk with various notes for sermons or shifts or meetings, whatever. And on that stealth check, you don't find the dagger because it is downstairs. You do find 3 things of note, however. One is a book, one is a scroll, and I have them here, and I'm gonna send them to you afterwards.
Because I for sure take them. For sure.
Sure.
Pocketing it. Pocketing it.
Right. There it is. Okay, cool. I need you to roll. If you have a D100, you could roll that for me. If not, give me a D10. Like 2 D10 rolls to figure out what it is that you find in this space.
I hope you get 100.
100!
Come on!
13.
13!
Yeah.
13. Okay.
Get it.
Okay. Let me see.
Average!
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh no. We fucked
come on,
up.
many things.
We fucked up.
Oh no.
Everyone
oh, no.
retreat.
Get the
Oh,
fuck
no.
out, dude. I'm burning this place to the ground again.
Burning it down. Let's see. So, while I'm pulling up the list, I'm gonna get a card and I'm gonna send it to you. There's actually 2 for this, but I'm gonna send those to you afterwards. Dianthus and Yarrow. Actually, before we get to that, Nordia.
Nordia? Yeah.
How are you starting your?
It's Dinah is the lady who's with them, right?
Yeah.
Dinah and Ogden.
You got the big dogs, dude.
Well, Dinah, I did not know you would be joining us. This is so exciting. I haven't been able to get an interview with you either.
First name.
Lady Dinah. Lady, ma'am.
Is the interview with me or the general?
Well, it's with the general, but if you're here, why else would you be here?
Lady.
My lady.
We've had quite a disruptive day. And I just wanted to...
Off the record.
Off
the record.
Well,
Nordia puts her notebook in her satchel. Off the record. Also, very specifically, I would like to say she does not have the notebook where she has like all her dots connected.
Right.
That it's a different.
Yes.
It's her
Yes.
like journalist.
I assumed as much. I assumed it wasn't going to be, who's the, who's everything. I will say, ooh, that's good. Because Lady Dinah looks to you and she's like, I believe some friends of yours intend for mischief.
Friends of mine. I don't really find myself at the mischievous type. But who are you referring to?
I'm referring, my dear, to him. And as you turn around, Gunnar has his arms held behind his back by 2 rather large champions that you recognize as some of the guards that Zehan was fighting with. Like in that vision, right? And one of them is holding a torn flyer that they unhood themselves and they hold up the flyer that Dianthus had torn from the wall and thrown away. It's like, we know that he's here, and we have pretty accurate suspicion as to how.
Oh.
We have to prove that you're not a part of it, my dear.
Oh.
Move away. I have no idea what you're talking about. I thought Gunnar here was a guard, is he not? Have you been lying to me? And she looks at Gunnar.
Throw him under the fucking bus. Oh no.
Remind me your checks, right? It was a 20 for the investigation.
20 for
and
an
then
investigation,
10,
and the 10
was for the inside check with Ogden, right?
Well, it was Ogden's insight. I got a 16 on my original deception.
Right. Gotcha. So I'm gonna say that they believe you. And the 2 men look to Gunnar, look to you, and they're like, you know what? That's fair. Maybe it's a little too quick of an assessment. take him away. And they go into the door.
Before
Gunner.
you do, if there's all of this going on, and I was so gracious to go off the record about Dianthus, is it? Could I have an interview with him before you take him away?
Interesting. Give me a persuasion. I'll say with advantage.
Yes.
Or did you just say my name
Yeah,
without
the first
needing
one.
to? Okay.
No, they said that they saw you throw away the.
But did they say my name?
Did
they?
They didn't, but
They didn't.
Damn it! I'm sorry. It's persuasion. 19 plus 1, dirty 20.
Okay. A dirty 20. Dinah was like, you know what? I believe that can be arranged. And she offers her hand out to you.
I take
What-
it.
Would you like?
Oh,
And you feel her fingers cold, but not aggressive. She nods to Ogden, and he steps forward, grabbing Gunner's hands, the way that they are tied behind him. And he nods to the two men holding it, and they go back into the church. And at this point, it's just the four of you. What would you like to ask?
Well, can I be so honest with you, lady?
Sure.
When interviewing someone, they tend to be more honest with the less people there, and I understand that this is a wanted criminal now. I don't think he'll give me the honest answer if you're both out here. I can handle myself quite fine if that's what you're worried about.
In this moment, Nordia, who are you trying to get to leave?
say it. Just say it. Just say it.
Dinah.
Dinah. She leaves. It's just the three of you. And as the door closes with you, Gunnar, and Ogden, we come back to Lady M, who is coming out of the office with the collection of things. I would say pretty, with the stuff that you rolled earlier, you got it tucked away pretty neatly. No one sees you. And you come out.
One more thing I want to do before I left the office. Does she have a drink in there at all, or any kind of beverage or food in there at all?
Sure, yeah.
She does? Okay.
Oh,
Say it. Say it.
Poison her.
Poison her.
I would love to leave her a little gift. I have a potion of poison that I would like to pour into a drink in her office. If she has one. It is. Let's see. I can send it to you.
Yes, because that's not going to be resolved immediately.
Right.
I'll message you about it. But
Yeah. We'll
but
talk
yeah,
about
fine.
it,
Fine, yeah. Nothing. No.
Just a little gift. Anyway, and then I'll go
Interesting.
ahead and
You come
leave.
down.
And I'll go ahead and leave.
You see, as you come out, Dianthus and Yarrow are gone. And you get the idea that at this point they're down the stairs. You do see, you may not know this, but the two men that were just holding Gunner, pretty big dudes, beelining it to the staircase that Dianthus went down.
Mm-hmm. And I know Dianthus went down that staircase.
Yeah.
It's the only way down to my little area.
And a reminder that Donna's also still up in that area. I think she's the last one left of it.
Donna's with Cal.
Cal and Donna are
Oh.
they're distracting people. And
Got it.
I am keeping that in mind as I set things here.
Is there a window near where the guards are going down the door? Down
Yeah.
to Dianthus's place? There is?
Yeah, it's a very stereotypical cathedral with a bunch of glass paint and stuff. Yeah.
I want to cast, and tell me if I can do this with minor illusion, something Dianthus-esque out the window going in the opposite direction. So Dianthus is passing by the window.
Give me a roll with your spellcasting modifier. I will say this is going to be a little difficult because that is a lot.
Yeah.
But
No, I got you.
That's
Okay.
so smart, though.
Does have thought. I wish I had major illusion and then I could just do it better, but I last do.
You
well, I
never
do.
know.
It's just not equipped. Okay. With my spellcasting modifier,
Mm-hmm.
I could cry. That's a 16 plus 4 is a dirty 20.
Thank God.
That's blessed.
Thank God.
I love it here.
The two of them get right to the top of this staircase, and then you see them look down at a paper that they have, and then look back out the window, and the two of them have a moment, and they run back to the door, running back outside. Dianthus and Yarrow, you're down the steps.
Great.
Mhm.
Great. There's no
You
one
enter
else
the
down
space.
Here, right? There's no one else.
It's
Besides-
you
Yeah.
and Yarrow.
Yeah.
There's Emrys,
Yeah.
and I need both of you to roll perception checks for me.
10 total.
13.
It's just you three.
No, it's not.
So you enter the space, and it's you two. Emrys is in bed. He's sitting up. He looks well-ish, not hurt or anything.
I'm gonna approach him. Emrys, we have to go.
But go where? What do you mean?
Yarrow.
We need to
You-
leave here immediately.
You brought Yarrow? Are you still invisible, Yarrow?
Take your little hoodie off. Just a little bit.
Yeah, what? Yeah, a little bit. He'll probably
Hi.
I'm here.
Why in the God's earth would you come back here?
Came back to get you.
He wouldn't have stayed behind. You know that.
You
I don't think
shouldn't.
you'll stay here.
Well, neither are you.
I know.
And
But we get you in and out, and then we'll be fine.
brother, you realize that this is oh so obviously a trap.
What do you mean?
Y'all hear shifting, and in the wings, you see two sets of armor come out.
Drawn my sword.
And Emrys, with a look of defeat, kind of lays back in the bed. Is like, this is going to be like, we got to get out of here, I guess.
Yarrow, get him up.
But what's your plan?
Let's go. We run. Okay, we all just need to go now. We'll
I'm
go
gonna
out.
point with my sword to the
One
tunnel that leads to the ocean. That I know it leads to the ocean. For Yarrow to know which way to go.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna make sure they get out. I'll take on two.
I tell you.
I'll take on two. I'm confident. Yarrow.
We're all going to go right now. Let's just
Yes,
start
you're
moving.
going
Come on.
first. Get Emrys up. And go. I'll be behind you.
Yarrow, you start to pull on Emrys, and on a 13, you miss this coming into the space because it was rather hidden. But Emrys's legs are bound to the bed,
No.
and the sounds that are coming, you realize that the pool, like the underground lake that you had escaped out of earlier, provided cover because those two sets of armor are there. But there's also a priest that steps out, an archer, and they stand in front of the lake as to block your exit this time.
Good thing we're not going that way, huh?
I mean, first of all, Yar's gonna try and free Emrys, I think.
And I'm gonna get in
At
front.
first,
I'm gonna get
that's the thing.
between them and all these guys.
Okay. In this situation, I need everyone to roll initiative, but with the understanding that it is just Yarrow and Dianthus in this space.
That's just, huh?
That is just Yarrow and Dianthus. Like, I need Nordia and Lady M to roll initiative as well, but
Oh, okay.
it is just you two dealing with this at the moment.
Oh!
17.
Natural 20.
Okay. There you go. Oh. Nordia and Lady M.
12.
4?
Is that 4 or 22?
22.
Oh gosh.
22.
Okay.
Alright, so then my total will be a 21. So you will go first.
Ooh, you got a
Okay.
natural 20.
Yeah, but my
Yeah.
initiative's only a +1.
Yeah, but I think nat 20 supersedes that in this case. I'm gonna say
Okay.
Dianthus goes first. And then what was yours, Nordia? Sorry.
12.
12.
12. Okay. Okay, that puts you. That kind of puts you down here. Nordia.
Yarrow, I hope you're strong, man. You gotta break those bounds on your own. You got a little dagger or
have
something? You got
I have
fire? Burn this bitch to the ground. Let's go round 2.
So this is going to be a pseudo combat type situation, right? It's not quite like a full dungeon, whatever. But we are gonna it is gonna go through pretty quickly. We're gonna go Dianthus first, with M on deck, and then it's gonna be a couple other people, and then Yarrow. And then I'll break it down as we go. But Dianthus, what are you gonna do?
What can I do to, or I guess what should I roll to make sure that they all stay focused on me, so that no one's really going for Yarrow behind my back.
I will say, in this instance, probably the clearest way is probably to either attack one of the 2 sets of armor that are in front of you. You could try to run back up the stairs.
No.
But I don't know if that would be so painting the scene, right? They're behind you in the bed. There's that set of armor, those 2 sets of armor in front of you.
Mhm.
There's a set of stairs that goes down to the lake, and that's where those other people are. So you can either attack one of the people next to you, or go down towards the lake area and attack one of them to try to pull from Yarrow in this moment.
Okay. I'm gonna attack one of the suits of armor on either side of me.
Okay. I will say, just to keep track of them, one is a rusted looking one, and then one of them is silver. Just to
Okay. Let's go rusted. I feel like he'll go down easier. That's not great. I'm gonna be real with you. So that's a natural 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dianthus, you lunge for this set of armor,
Nice way.
and almost like a fluid, the 2 sets kind of catch you, and they don't have hands, right? Because they're animated armor sets.
Right.
But you find parts of your wrists and arm kind of caught in between the 2 sets of armor, and you're kind of pulled across like this.
Oh, very cool.
Lady M. It is cool. Lady M, you are upstairs.
Yep.
I will say that with Dianthus's initiative and with your distraction, you sent those other two away. But you do get the idea, just kind of looking at Cal and Donna being the only other 2 allies in the space right now. Things are starting to not go as peachy keen as before.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to... Do I see Dinah?
I will say that is the moment Dinah comes in, because Nordia was having Dinah leave to talk to the other 2.
And I'm away from her door, so she wouldn't see me leaving her office.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. At this point, yeah, because a whole interaction with Nordia happened in that time. So.
Okay. I'm going to. I want to see if I can't make. Oh God. I'm torn because I don't know what's going on downstairs. I have literally no
Correct.
idea. So as far as I'm concerned, everything's fine. We're still distracting the people. I know Nordia's out there with Gunnar, and the only problem I see right now is Dinah, because that's all I know. So I'm just gonna try and snag Dinah. I want to talk to Dinah. I want to see if I can't stop her on her way to wherever she's going. But that's a lot of RP, and I know we're in the middle of initiative, so I'm not gonna. We don't have to get into it, but I want to stop her and.
I'll say, yeah, you get in front of her, you start to chat, and things are starting to pick up. There's like an energy of a lot of like moving parts at this point. A lot of the commoners have started to leave the space. So it's one of those moments where Dinah kind of closes the door, turns, and you're like right there. What do you do?
What's my accent? Hold on. Dinah, darling, how are you?
Oh my god.
What are you doing out of your shop, Lady M?
Oh, well, I just thought I'd pay you a visit. One of my favorite customer stops. You've been magically cured. Must be by the gods, huh?
Cured is highly subjective. I'll say different afflictions now.
Anything I can help with?
Unless you know where I can find a rather bothersome tiefling, I think we're good.
Which one?
My dear, I think you know. And you start to hear doors around the cathedral start to lock.
Nordia, girl!
I think you know.
Oh, fuck!
Not the one directly behind her, by the way. Just
okay.
Behind Dinah, like the front door.
The one where Nordia is.
Not the front door. So like not the door that Nordia went out. Like the because it's a big cathedral. You hear you hear doors start to lock.
I don't know where Hemlock is, if that's what you're asking.
Hemlock. So the ruse didn't stick with you. Well, I'm sure you can ask our friend Jade all about her multiple identities. God.
Oh.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of this girl. Somebody stop me from punching her in the face.
Don't do it! Oh my god, if I was there, I'd do it for you. I'm busy being torn apart limb from limb in the basement.
One of the other men that y'all recognize as one of the elite guards steps forward. And I will say it is your turn in initiative. But he is like coming to intercept you.
Be still. And I'm gonna cast suggestion.
Okay. Roll the 12. He stays.
Dana, I have never done anything to harm you. This feels a bit dramatic.
My dear, I'm not the one with quarrel with you.
You're catching me for someone. I never knew you to do dirty work, Dinah.
You don't know me very well.
You don't know me very well.
She pulls a blade from her hand.
Girl, what? Okay, now I'm gonna punch her in the face. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Not literally. I don't mean that's what I do right now. That's not what
Yarrow.
I meant. That's not what I meant.
Yarrow, it is your turn.
Oh, stress.
Get your brother out.
So trying to free Emrys. Is it just ropes?
No, it's
Of course not.
it's chain.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Wonderful. Let's see. Could I try to use frostbite to freeze them, like
Go for it.
Okay.
My God.
Given it's typically a con save for
Right.
whoever can cast C4, so chains, I don't know how that works, but he's going to immediately kind of put his hands and wrap them around the chains and just try to get them to freeze and hopefully
Roll damage for me.
Damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a 1d6, so it's not a lot of damage, but that is a 5.
Okay. Yarrow, there's a moment of panic that kind of like jumps into your chest, and you're like, not again, not again. You pull it up, and with more of a brittle nature than you expected, it freezes, and the entire chain, like the entire wrap, turns immediately to ice. The shards kind of like dissipate midair and he's up. I will say he is mostly like his age appropriate, but he is a little weak.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be an action. And just, I guess there's not much else I can really do except start helping him get up.
Right.
I mean, he'll also probably call the Dianthus if they're not already looking, be like, I got them out.
Get out
Yeah,
then!
just like keeping you updated.
Get out!
Okay. For those of you that are not in the room with Lady M and Dinah, you hear a massive piece of glass shattering as one of the guards that Lady M had distracted to go find Dianthus is in the middle of performance. Donna bumps the guard. Cal catches him in his hand and just straight up throws him out the window. That should make things easier.
Wait, question.
Yes.
Can the general / I or Gunnar see the man being get thrown out the window? Do we see him breaking through the glass?
I'll say no. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I'll say no because
Okay.
it's on Cal's running distraction, right? So it's on the other side of the building. I will say the two suits of armor are going to take their action. Does a 16 hit Dianthus?
Yeah. Just barely.
Just barely. The other one was a 4, so I assumed that one didn't hit. Okay, you're going to take 5 bludgeoning damage as one of them just elbow, just boom, across the temple.
Oof.
Emrys starts to get up. Yarrow kind of taking his action, kind of going forward with you. All right, what's the plan? Donna starts to grapple with one of the other guards. You see the king, who is being healed by a priest because he had been hit, looking up and like, hey, what's going on? What's happening? Where's the general? Where's Dinah? What's going on? And we are taken to Nordia outside. You and Gunnar and Ogden.
So you said that Ogden, took Gunnar's wrist, which were behind him. So it's Ogden, then Gunnar, then me.
Mm-hmm. Ogden has his
Nordia?
back to the door, holding Gunnar, and then you.
Nordia mind links with Gunnar and says exactly where the shears are on Ogden's body. Darling, I'm going to make a distraction. If you could get those shears, cut yourself loose, and maybe convince them that you're taking me away against my volition, that would be quite so helpful. Blink twice if you hear me.
He blinks twice.
And Nordia takes her journal as writing. And so, Gunnar, if that is your real name, you are working to what? What's your end goal? You know, actually, before you answer that, I have something to show you. And Nordia takes out her owl figurine, and she goes, I believe in wisdom. I believe in a lot of things. And owls are meant to be so. And then she pretends to kind of trip over herself and activate the owl so that it becomes the large creature and creates a distraction, hopefully getting him to move his hand so Gunnar can grab the shears.
There's a moment where Ogden kind of like, whoa. And as he pulls up, Gunnar, in one swift motion, head back hits the nose of the general, pulls the shears out, and just tosses them to you. He's like, there you go, and tackles Ogden through the door behind him.
Shears.
You have them.
And my link, Nordia says, "Thank you, love." And then is going to kind of like dart around to a different set of windows to try and see what's going on inside, without like being right where Gunnar and the general are.
I would say with your movement, you're able to see, the window. Like, obviously, this is the cathedral. It's not meant to be, covert building, whatever. You kind of look around and you see everything kind of starting to fall to shit, right? Gunnar and Ogden are wrestling. Lady M and Dinah are having their standoff. Donna and Cal are, dealing with whatever is happening over there. Yeah.
Nordia goes, "Here, buddy, here, buddy," and gives the owl the shears and says, "Now fly back to the beach."
Okay.
And bury this in the sand. That's all. That's our turn. I'm gonna throw up.
Okay. The owl takes the shears and starts to fly off. Dianthus,
Hello.
right before you take your turn,
Yeah.
a 14 does not hit.
Does not hit.
You hear a arrow whiz past your ear and take a little bit of hair as it and there is an archer somewhere in the cave that took a shot at you. What do you do?
Oh, I didn't hear you. I mean, I'm being held, right? I gotta get out of that.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna try and get out of that.
Give me a strength check.
Strength check or strength saving?
Oh, it's the same. So yeah, saving throw. Why not?
Good. That's good. 16 plus 2.
Okay. You're able to pull away, and the pieces of armor kind of fall back. And you fought these before. These are big, but not as necessarily as scary, if that makes sense. Like they're more easily dealt with than the typical sense. But yeah, so you're out of there, and you still have your I'll say your action. I'll say that took your move. I'll say that took either your movement or your action.
I'll let it take my movement since they're right in front of me, and I can do my action still. So that's I'm gonna try and hit the rusted one again with my sword.
Okay, go for it.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. Okay. 14 plus 4, 18.
Okay, roll damage.
1d10 plus 2. So that is 8, 9, 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Dianthus, how do you attack this thing?
I'm gonna try and aim for what seems like the weakest spot on it, and just straight through.
Your blade purchases and it tears, and the entire thing falls apart. Like I said, these things are strong, but they're not super durable. So it completely, especially the rusted one, it kind of falls apart really quickly. Okay. Lady M, you're standing in front of Dinah. What do you do?
Don't get stabbed, please.
Is she actively stabbing me?
You get the sense that she has dropped all pretense. Everything is
sick.
Yeah.
Great. So she made the first move, and I'm gonna get her back. I want to. She's like what? 3 feet in front of me, 2 feet in front of me.
Right. Just.
I'm gonna cast. I'm going to, as she's pulling back, I'm gonna put my hand so I'm grabbing her like right here, on her face, and cast poison spray.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
And that's a con save. Otherwise she takes half damage. A con save of
16. What's the save?
14.
Okay, so she rolled a 16. What is the damage?
She takes half of a d12.
Okay.
And 8, so 4. She takes 4 damage. And I'm also,
Interesting.
if I
Okay.
can, gonna try and push her back from me as like a bonus action, I guess, if I can.
Sure.
And then for my movement, I'm gonna back up like 5 feet and just like dead stare her. Like I've been waiting to go crazy on her for a very long time.
I'll say, since you're not using your full movement, I'll allow the push to be that if you still want to use your bonus action. Because, you know, you're not using the effect in your movement to its full extent, so.
Right. So if I'm gonna use a bonus action, then
I will note that at this point, the doors are open, so you do see Nordia, you see Gunnar,
Oh, got it. Okay.
you see Cal, you see Donna.
I see Nordia, Gunnar, Cal, and Donna. And Nordia is running away. What is everyone doing? I don't remember what everyone's doing.
She's just looking
Gunnar
for a window,
and
isn't she?
Gunnar-
Nordia went to the side, so she's not actually in that doorway. She went to the side to the
Gotcha.
opposite. But
Okay.
Gunnar's on top of that general.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's way along.
Gunner's fine. I believe in Gunner. I'm going to. I can see Nordia. I'm gonna inspire Nordia,
Woo!
and I'm gonna say to Dinah. I had just said you have no idea who I am, or you don't, something to that effect. And then I'm gonna point toward Nordia and the general direction of my friends. You have no idea what I'm capable of. You have no idea what we are capable of. As I kind of get back to the stance, and I'm gonna inspire Nordia.
Nice.
Because
Um,
I hate
What's
her.
your bardic die?
It is 6.
D6, okay.
1d6. Yep. I have so
You-
many.
You see the general punch Gunnar off in like a very brute kick as Gunnar kind of rolls quickly and is knocked against the wall. And it's the wall that is actually right in front of Nordia, like that window that you're looking in. He's like right there. He gets up, looking for Dinah, and he starts to move towards M and Dinah. Dinah is going to take a slash at you. 12 misses. Okay, full slash. She's very like at this point has like lost some composure, so she misses. Yarrow, you've broken the chain. You have Emrys. Dianthus is fighting people. What are you doing?
I think he's going to. Do I have to go past Dianthus, or like what's the layout? Do I have to go
Probably.
that way or go by?
So, I'll say Dianthus was trying to like have distraction so you could get out. To
I'll
my
be
understanding,
focused on
by the stairwell, right? So
No, the tunnel. Whatever tunnel.
the
to
tunnel.
beach.
That's okay. Yeah. So I would say because of the way that Dianthus set that up, not really. You wouldn't have to like weave between them. It is to start heading that way. There are other people there, so you might get spotted. So if you still want to like take an action or something.
Can
but-
you like use the cloak over you and Emrys?
That's a good question. Can I?
I don't remember if.
If not, it's okay. Because I do think he's still gonna try and take a hit at someone on the way out, like just trying to help out in some way.
Okay.
I'll
say for simplicity, the cloak is over Emrys. And since you're gonna make a spell attack anyway, like it would just be over him. Just tell me what you're kind of going for. There's the suit of armor. There is the archer and a
Mage.
guard. Or yeah, the archer and the mage.
I think is the archer in sight.
Mm-hmm.
Can I think he's gonna put the cloak over Emrys and then turn to try and cast. What do I have? Go big or go home. I want to cast Shatter on the bitch.
Hell yeah,
Hey.
dude! Hell
Okay.
yeah!
Plus, I need a con save of 14 or higher. And I
Okay.
think if it's,
If they succeed, then it's just half damage. I'm pretty
I
sure.
think it's half
Yeah.
damage. Yeah.
That's a 10. So if you could roll damage for me.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
In a 10-foot radius, are there any other or any of the other people within
15
that of
feet.
him, or is it just the one?
I'll say because they're trying to block your way, the mage is there too.
Okay, that is 9.
And they rolled a
damage.
12. How much?
So,
9.
yeah, so a fail, 9 total.
Okay. So, what does your shatter look like?
Which one is that? That's like, I think it's very much
Like
like
flavor.
kind of just like a loud, like annoyingly loud, like white noise almost. You know, like it's that like very like
Okay.
high pitch kind of.
Right.
And I think he just does a movement with his hands. Maybe like a, what is it? Is it a loud ringing? So it's probably some sort of thing like that. Like as he moves his hands further apart, it gets louder
Okay.
until it hits.
So I'll say on that, they're not like down necessarily, but the two of them kind of get thrown to the sides as you're able to kind of step towards the tunnel that you're trying to get through. And I'll say that makes it to where they don't get that like attack of opportunity and stuff. And you and Emrys start to make your way into that tunnel.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
and he's probably gonna call back to Dianthus to be like, "Let's go, come on."
Interesting. Okay. So you are heading out of there. You hear struggling with Cal and Donna, and Emrys is moving with you. That priest and king that were upstairs are out of there. They start to book it. Nordia, what are you doing?
Are you ready for some silly, goofy questions I have? Okay.
Okay.
The rope of climbing. It has the ability to move itself 10 feet, and then it also has the ability to like coil itself. If I were to use, because it's the bonus action is to command it. If I were to use my action and bonus action, could I get within 10 feet of Dinah and have the rope coil around the end of her weapon, and then me tug it so I can try to disarm her? It's okay if the answer's no. I know this
Okay.
is a very silly use of this item.
No. It's not silly. That is, it's creative. So I will say, give me a either. It's the same for you, but give me an athletics check
Okay,
to see. It's a +1 for you.
thank you.
20?
19 plus 1 is dirty 20.
Dirty
Okay.
20.
So I will say in this moment, she extends it to Lady M, the dagger, as if about to attack, and the rope, full Indiana Jones, just wraps around, pulls it, and she's standing there just like, what? Looks back at you. Would you like to move?
Yeah, I'm trying to drag me and the sword out of there. I'm gonna basically like dart after that happens, so that like I'm far away, so her weapon's far away. You know?
Okay. So I'll say at this point you're kind of going down, I guess, the steps of the church.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say kind of booking it out of there. Gunnar kind of brushes himself off and like gathers himself, stands up, and starts after you. Still in between the blade and Dinah, but like rushing out after you. Dianthus, it is you with the armor. Emrys is behind you. What are you doing?
Do I hear shit going down upstairs?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty loud.
Yarrow, you have fun, man. I don't think I'm gonna leave. I want to take care of this last suit of armor before I take care of the guys down here. So I'll attack him with the sword, like I did the last guy. 16 plus 4 is a dirty 20.
Okay. I will say, Dianthus, you make quick work of this thing. You slice it, and even though you were aiming for like the weak points, your blade actually cuts through pieces of the armor. I need you to give me.
Something, but you go ahead first.
I need you to give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Ah, fuck. 7.
Okay. That's gonna come up in a minute.
Cool.
Lady M, what are you doing in this moment?
Really fast. I can.
What's up?
Can I speak Draconic to see if that triggers my mark and then if that is gonna do anything?
You can.
Okay.
Go for it.
I think to death, I'm gonna start doing my little prayer in Draconic the way that I did with Cal in the forest, because I know that worked last time. I just want to trigger it, and then so for my next turn, I can like see if that does anything extra special.
I need you to give me a d20 roll.
Okay. How's a
Boy.
16 sound?
Okay. Dianthus, you speak. What do you say in Draconic?
My good old death be my friend. And just that on repeat.
I am with you. You feel that burn on your chest, and he steps forward and puts his hand on like your sternum, just on the middle of your chest. And he's like, "You're not going to like this, but I'm with you." And all you see is black.
Oh!
And no one upstairs would see this, but Yarrow, Emerus, and Dianthus are no longer in the space. Lady M, it is your turn.
Sick, great, tight, awesome. Okay, I'm going to Dinah's unarmed now, right?
Correct.
I'm going to look at Dinah. You're not a problem for me anymore. And I'm gonna run over to Cal and Donna, which would trigger an attack of opportunity if she had a weapon, which she does not.
Okay.
Right? Am I wrong? Boys don't kill me. Am I wrong? Am I
Boys
correct?
don't kill me.
Hold on, I need to look something
And
up.
she's also like 10 feet from me, right? Because I pushed her
Uh-huh.
5 feet and then I backed up
Uh-huh.
5 feet.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Yours will be flat because you're not making an attack.
Okie dokie. Artichoke. A perception, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, well, I suddenly get real nervous. I can't breathe right now. Hold on. Whew. I'm a little scared. That's a 15.
Lady M, you're moving towards Cal, and you don't see Donna. And you see a look of confusion on Cal's face, and as he makes eye contact with you, he steps forward, and you see only because of his eyes, only in that part of the reflection, do you see a bolt of lightning extending from Dinah's hand as she had hurled something at you as you had said that, moved and stepped back. And you, just in time, you see Cal step forward and take a full bolt to the chest, and he's thrown back.
I step away for 5 seconds.
You can look back at the video.
That's tough, but also that's so cute.
That was so sexy, actually. That was so sexy, but what the fuck happened, dude? I'm so conflicted right now. Oh no.
And I will say, because this is getting towards like the end of the combat, necessarily, Nordia, people are booking it. Everyone's gone. You see Dinah. You see that moment happen. You don't see Donna. What do you do?
Nordia, in her mind link with Gunnar, is going to say, "Dodge, love." And then she's going to use her bonus action to tell the rope to coil itself so that the weapon comes with the rope as it's coiling, and she's going to drop it so that it does not hit her. And then she's going to, if possible, I don't know if this is counts as 2 actions, equip this blade from that is Dinah's.
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah. I'll say you have the blade. You're holding it. I'll give you the stats for it later.
Okay.
But in this moment, you're standing there. You have it. You have the rope. You have the blade. You do see the bolt shooting out.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
In the mind link, Nordia says to Gunnar, "I trust you, but you cannot follow me." And Nordia is going to try to book it so that people don't see her, to try and get to the beach to get those shears.
Okay. Nordia books it to the beach. Gunnar is like, I guess I'll go a different way. Runs out a different direction. Dianthus.
What?
You, Emrys, and Yarrow are standing in a cave, I guess? You can't really tell. It's very deep. And the ivory man stands in front of you. He's like, I told you you're not going to like this.
Where are we?
Well, your material world is a little different from me, but you are safe. But trust me, this was the only way.
What are you talking about?
As he kind of turned into like a dust, that perception check was to see who else was in this space. And you realize that standing with their hand on your chest is Hemlock. And she's holding you and picks you up. Her fingers break through your armor and grab your tunic and lift you up. Yarrow, you see Dianthus in front of you, and Emrys kind of goes ahead before you can stop him. And a single shard of crystal appears in Hemlock's hand. Sorry, love, but this is just too much fun. And very lightly cuts your cheek, which is fine for a moment. But then, Yarrow, the same way that you saw Phineas, Dianthus turns into dark black rose petals and a cyclone of dust and glitter. And Yarrow, you hear the man that saved Dianthus in your ear, and he says, I'm sorry, this was the only way.
What did you do?
Hemlock turns to you and steps forward, but before she can attack you, familiar to Dianthus if you were there, but ribbons of black metal wrap around her wrists and neck and legs, and she's like, damn it, not again, and gets pulled down into the sand, and there's probably a good 3-foot crater that appears. And Yarrow, it's just you and Emrys sitting around this break in the cave.
It's just
you two.
It's just like a divot. It doesn't go anywhere.
Nope. It's as if something made impact, and it's just the two of you. This is happening very quickly. Lady M, in the moment the lightning struck, you felt something hit your chest, and you look down, and the corset you are wearing has a single blue dragon scale. And the breastplate that Cal was wearing is gone, and you feel the lightning because Dinah's behind you, but you feel the bolt of lightning go through you and hit him, but you are unaffected. And as you get to Cal, he, in the same fashion as Dianthus, and if y'all saw it or were in this space the same way that Donna dissipated, turned to crystal, dust, and Cal is gone. However, the lightning bolt is still going, and Lady M, you find that in this moment, it's not like the scale, the piece that at this point has kind of formed into your corset, makes you impervious to the lightning.
It's still flowing though?
Yeah. No, she's full on Palpatine.
Can I redirect it at her?
Oh.
Go for it.
Oh.
Give me a roll with your spellcasting modifier.
God, I just hate her. Everything about her makes me have hives. With my spellcasting modifier? 18.
18. Tell me what that looks like as you redirect it.
I mean, as soon as Em realizes that Cal is stepping in front of her, all of her worst fears about getting close to people are confirmed.
Oh.
And so she, I mean, out of the corner of her eye, I'm sure she sees him dissipate, but is already turning back to Dinah to do something. And as soon as she realizes that this lightning is still flowing and that Cal is not here and Donna is not here and everything assumedly is going to shit everywhere around her, she's just going to like almost glitch a little bit, and her eyes, her hair flashes, like the white streaks in the front of her hair flash black a little bit, and her eyes just glow bright golden as she just dead stares Dinah and shoots it back at her and is going to walk toward her as she redirects the lightning.
Oh, I love women.
Lady, with each step, pieces of Dinah's physical form are hinged and frayed and broken off. And the lightning that had that effect on Cal is redirected, and she is immediately, like, chunk by chunk, gone. I will say, Nordia, you're heading towards the beach. You get there, and somehow you, I guess because you were in a hurry, or maybe the owl was flying slow or whatever, you get there just as it's landing. And you feel the crystal shears in your hand. Whole now. You realize that jar that had that like powder in it, there's a single thread, like moisture thin, just very thin thread, and because before it was a single half of the shear, and now it turns into a full set. If you could give me an Arcana check.
13 plus 5, 18.
18. So, Nordia, in this moment, you realize that you have this cruel and mystic item in your hand. And you have the choice. On an 18, you have the realization as you're on the beach, and at this point, Gunnar kind of catches up with you, and you're deciding, do you keep this and use it against others? Or do you destroy it so it doesn't happen to someone else?
When Yarrow was describing the fear, was the fear that Yarrow did not have the shears or that somebody else had them?
It was a fear that someone else had them, knew what they could do, and would do that to someone purposefully.
Nordia destroys the shears.
Nordia, if all of this was happening at the same time, like in a cinematic experience, if you had been a little bit faster to the beach, if maybe Cal and Donna and Dianthus could have waited a few more seconds, as you, because they are pretty delicate, it's made out of crystal, they immediately break in your hand. And as you direct this lightning back at Dinah, in that same moment, there's a single piece of Dinah's face that is scorched, and there's a moment of confusion because the magic that did this effect to them, being disconnected from the magical item, is no longer accessible. And Dinah does vanish the same way, but you do see a single scorch, like a single trail of smoke that came from her face. And the shears are destroyed. Dianthus, Donna, and Cal are gone. And away from here, the vision that Yarrow saw comes to pass. Donna, full wings spread out on very green grass. A unarmored Cal and Dianthus, both glowing from the marks on their skin, in a place very far and very different from anything y'all are familiar with.